So before we start off with the build, I'd just like to first thank everyone for viewing and liking my recent videos. It does mean a lot knowing that people are interested in my videos, and hopefully I can keep you interested in the future. It does really mean a lot to me for all the time spent watching my videos, and I hope you enjoy them. And hopefully there's plenty more where that comes from in the future. So now we will go into the build. So I'm just showing a new build I've managed to pick up, which is the KVD burn build. So you get the KVD legendary LMG, which you get from the Witch Machine, and as you can see, you do put out quite a lot of damage. And in this next clip, you can see me shooting a test dummy without any foods or deviant boosts. And as you can see, you don't do as much DPS as a shrapnel build, but it's still fairly respectable because the most important thing is the burn, which is what we're going to be building into. So what I'm going to go into now is the perks you need, your armor, and of course the deviant. So what is the KVD Boom Boom? It is a LMG with a 80% chance to trigger burn with a hit. Now, killing an enemy affected by burn causes an explosion that deals blaze damage of 300% psi intensity. As well as this, the explosion will inflict one stack of burn on one target hit, and it has a blaze damage of plus 30%. So this is what I've gone for in my build. So obviously you can see that I've got the KVD Boom Boom. I have gone for on mine. Currently I am running Burning Raft Burn. So triggering burn has a 25% chance to grant plus one burn stacks. So in addition to obviously triggering the one burn stack, this will give you another chance to double it. So you have two. So it allows you to get to your max stacks quicker. We could also go for Blaze Blessings Burn if we're constantly going to be running at low health, but I wouldn't really advise running this. The other two, which is when burn is removed, stacks only 50%. Embers. That one's quite good. So when you obviously leave a target alone and you let the burn stacks run out, rather than lose all the stacks, you only lose 50%. So you still have that burn uptime on the target. And then we have Flame Resonance talents. So max burn stacks plus 2, but burn duration minus 20%. So obviously it gives you an additional 2 stacks you can max out to. So rather than 5, it will be 7. So you would do more burn damage per tick, but the burn duration is a lot lower. So it's sad that you can have this on like another piece of equipment rather than the actual weapon, because you could just run these two and it would be just super good, but alas, that would be too broken, so we've not done that. I'll show you what accessories I'm running. So I'm running the hammer compensator for a bit more accuracy and stability, because this is a LMG, so I am going to be wanting it to be stable for most of the time when I fire. I've got reflex sight. I could probably get a better one like the compact reflex sight or the tactical holographic sight, but at the moment I'm happy with the reflex sight. But if you want to really sort of improve the build, I would recommend getting a compact reflex sight. Tactical, we have gone for the compact infrared indicator, which gives us a lot of stability and a lot of aiming speed, uh, which is what we want in a LMG. Now I've gone for the large drum mag. Only problem with this, what I don't like, is the reload speed. It makes the reload speed absolutely horrific. So if you don't want that, go for this. But I've compensated for this sort of disadvantage in the build with another perk, which I will show you shortly. So let's start with the helmet. Helmet Deviation Expert talent, so this one's basically a no-brainer to take. So it does give you minus 25% range, but it makes up with it with fire rate and a 20% status damage. So this one is perfect for the burn, so it allows us our burn to do more damage. Next we have got the Blaze Amplifier burn. So every stack of burn grants 3% high intensity damage. So this again increases the damage a burn does on each tick. There, now there's not really a lot of options what I have for my burn, so I've only got these two. I'm not too sure if there's another one, but this works nicely. Right, moving on. I've gone for a Flame Resonance Violent blue rarity. Again, the chest pieces aren't really that great for builds, so if you want to put more damage, I'd recommend getting a blue one like we have here. If I wanted a perfect one, I'd swap out the crit damage for another sort of status or elemental damage. Going back, we've got Deadshot Violent, which gives us crit damage, damage against great ones, and weapon damage. So ideally, the best two on there is the weapon damage and damage against great ones. Now, again, I'd like to have some status damage on here, but I haven't been able to roll it, so I'm making best with the what I've got. But status damage or elemental damage would be perfect on here. Gloves. Status enhancement violence. So this is another key one to have. So 20% is a hell of a lot, and you'll see that within the damage on the ticks of the burn. It really does help, especially with the explosions as well. Dealing 8 to 10k for an explosion hit. And obviously with when your explosion triggers, it passes it on to other mobs around it. So it makes it really good for mob clearing. Boots, going back to what I said earlier about the reload and being absolutely slow, I have resolved it by taking a Ruthless Reaper talent. So after accumulating 2 kills, refill the 100% of your mag from your reserves. Now since you have 131 bullets, I believe, this makes it so worthwhile to take, especially for mob clearing, because killing 2 mobs with this build is nothing. So you constantly be at max ammo or regaining ammo. You never have to reload. So this one makes up for our disadvantage with the reload speed. However, with bosses, it's still going to be the same when it's slow. So if there's a boss with no mobs, then it kind of feels bad because you can't reclaim your ammo reserves. But if there's mobs nearby, you can just tag them and let the burn do the damage, and then you should be able to get back up instead of reloading. Right, for the armor, I've gone for heavy duty helmet with the set being elemental damage, blaze, frost, shock and blast plus 8%. Now, ideally, what I would like to go for in the future, if I can find it, would be the shelter set frag set. Unfortunately, I do not have enough Starcrom to actually get it, so I've had to make do with the best out of this set for now. And as you can see, each weapon hit grants 1 stack of Deviant energy. Each stack of Deviant energy grants 1% elemental damage. Blaze, frost, shock, blast effective can stack up to 20 times. Reloading removes half the stacks. So, because we wouldn't have to reload with this build, you never lose the stacks really. Also at level 4 increases max teammate stacks by 10, granting 2 additional stacks or hitting a weak spot. So if you've got the Starcrom to actually use, I would go for this. I'm only using this set, because it's the only set I can actually use because I don't have the Starcrom to get the other pieces. So that's why I've gone for these two, and same with the Bastille set because it's the only legendary set I have. I wouldn't recommend running it per se for this build, because if you get the chance, get this set, you'll do a hell of a lot more damage than what I'm doing in these videos. The gloves, which is the important one, I've gone for barbecue gloves. Burn damage frequency increases with the number of stacks up to 100%. This one really good unique for the build. So it increases the frequency with the number of stacks, so you're constantly getting burn ticks. However, I would recommend saving up for either the Drifter Gauntlets or the hardy gloves frags. So, at full stacks burn will cause an explosion that deals damage 300% psi intensity and removal burn stacks. So that's really good for like nuking mobs. And with the build, you'll constantly get up to max stacks very fast. So this is the one I'm considering getting for the future. Or if you just want to DP output more DPS, get the Drifter Gauntlets frag. So when affected by burn, weapon damage was 15% and crit rate up 15%. So it's very difficult to say which ones to get really. It's totally down to personal preference because I haven't play tested them. I haven't got the availability of them. If anyone has any knowledge on these ones and has already run a build, if you can comment down below which one is better, I will test it in the future in order to save up. But it's really difficult for me to recommend one over the other at the moment. But you get any of these two really, you'll be laughing. So that's the main gist of the build. However, what I will say is you must get the Pyro Dino, which makes your burn do even more damage. So let me find where I placed him. I'm going to place him down here. So this Deviant's ability allows it to autonomously attack enemy targets, increase target blaze damage received by 29.4%. When attacking targets affected by burn, cause one explosion one time. So this one just absolutely increases your damage to the utmost for your burn. So I recommend getting that one. However, I do understand it as a get this one. So in order to get the Pyro Dino, you will need to come to Securement Silo 5. What you have to do is reach the secret area, kill the boss. After the boss, go through the teleporter, e.g. the doors, and in the room there will be a chance to spawn 2 deviants, either Chefsaurus Rex or Pyro Dino. Now it took me about 25 times to get the Pyro Dino, but I do recommend it. It is worth it for this build. Now there are a few strengths and weaknesses to this build. This strength being that it's good at handling mobs, and once you kill the mobs, it will make an explosion, and that explosion will apply to the other mobs surrounding the mob you just killed, so allow the fire to spread. It does do a lot of tick damage, so it can be good against bosses once their armor has gone down. As well as that, it is quite fun to use. But to talk about the weaknesses now, it does have a bit of a poor time of dealing with armoured bosses. As with like the Shadowhound for example, it will struggle to take it down when it's spinning in the air. So you will have to get lucky with crits to take down the shield, but once you take down the shield, it's fine to handle it. Next is the actual Starcrom investment for it. So the weapon blueprint is 8k, the gloves are 8k, and the remainder of the set is 12k. So all in all, you're looking at spending 28,000 Starcrom for the whole set. So that is quite a hefty price to pay for a build. So all in all, I would recommend you use this build to handle mobs, and you can use it to handle bosses as well, but it's not as effective as say using a shrapnel build. So I would currently rate this as a B tier build with the potential of it going to a tier as long as you have the right gear. So before we actually end the video, I'll just thank everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm looking to do more in the future. So if you have any other suggestions, please comment below, and if you like the video, obviously like, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, please subscribe. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your week. And this is me. Goodbye.